Hi, I'm Frank, your guest host today. If you like no-nonsense, hard-hitting news, then you and I will get along. Because I treat the news like my women. I go balls deep. If you want more, then follow me at Inappropriate News. The link is in the description, along with where you can purchase my used panties. The state of China's current economic system have doomed the country to an inevitable crisis. It's almost as bad as the movie premiere of Jackie Chan's Rush Hour 3. The slowdown in exports and domestic consumption, as well as increasing inflation, have led investors seek out profit in other areas such as real estate, fake pork buns, and selling TikTok influencers bath water. But while the real estate market had great potential for profits in the past, it's now on the precipice of total collapse, similar to this YouTube channel unless you sorry bastards don't subscribe. Investing in China can be very risky because there are solid trends of income inequalities. Incomes are lagging behind the costs of living. So social unrest will continue to plague China if the government does nothing about it and if its corruption problem is not addressed. Just imagine a Chinese fire drill with 1.7 billion people. This is nothing new. China has been faced with wage inequality for decades because the top societal class can afford high housing prices, but poorer residents are overpaying for rent and everyday necessities, like fake Pokemon cards. This level of income inequality may be sustainable as long as the rich keep spending. But the rich are not just decreasing their spending, they are also choosing to spend less on other things, such as luxury items, such as gold flake toilet paper, and they are trying to move their money out of China. The wealthy all see the tsunami coming and are frantically trying to protect themselves from the crash. Shall we give them some advice or just then the pain that so many of us have felt? China is in the midst of the mother of all real estate bubbles that will cause the next world economic depression. Talk about a motherfucker. China has been experiencing a real estate bubble for the past decades, which has led to skyrocketing property prices and low home affordability. The Chinese government has responded by implementing various policies to cool down the market and curb speculation. But these have not had much success, just like their failed one-child policy. If this bubble bursts, it will lead to a global economic crisis because China's economy is so big that it cannot be ignored. China accounts for about 20% of the world's GDP, and its stock market is the second largest in the world with trillions of dollars invested in it. If these assets crash, it will cause an international panic, and Walmarts and dollar stores will fly their flags at half-staff. The domain of investing in China is way too complicated and unregulated, and people have lost their faith in their system. Although they have a robust economy for decades, there still exists major issues that could cause depressions, which is now finally bubbling up to China's surface. China's economic causes for depression will affect the U.S. immediately since China imports more from the U.S. than any other country and supplies global U.S. firms. Not to mention the export of Chinese wives for horny white dudes. China has also come to be a driver of global growth through trade with rapidly growing economies such as India and Brazil, at times accounting for more than half of all growth. This will deteriorate should China rashly react to its crisis instead of proactively managing it, which now seems almost an impossible task for the CCP or any other panda-looking leader. 30 years ago, China opened its doors to the world with big ambitions of becoming one of the most powerful countries on Earth. From a relatively small player in world trade to become one of the largest economies in the world. Initially, China's economy went through peaks and troughs. However, following the 2008 global financial crisis and subsequent recession, which had a severe knock-on effect on China, inequality levels increased hugely. Now, local stock markets spectacularly crashed and Evergrande defaulted on billions worth of debt. A new, darker chapter is unfolding for China and maybe the world. Thanks China, economies rise and fall over time. A global cyclic pattern has existed for hundreds of years, and now may be the beginning of a new downward cycle for China. But how much China sucks the world in its death spiral is yet unknown. I'm scared because I know how well they sucky. If you want more sucky news and insights, like and subscribe, you dirty bastards. This is Frank, signing out.